We see the facial expression of. Now this is always related to anxiety, worry, concern, apprehension, hesitancy. It was quite a dramatic. Prince Harry arrives at Westminster Abbey. He's on his own. He looks a little bit like a fish out of water. He holds back and lets some of the other royal family go in front of him, even though he's probably more senior than they are. So we see him holding back. That shows us he's probably feeling a little bit uncomfortable. He's on his own. He normally has Meghan with him, where they hold hands, and that's more of a comfort thing, that particularly when they do that, which he hasn't got this time. So we see him smiling genuinely, actually. You know, he's pleased to see Jack Brooksbank, and, you know, he's not hiding how he feels in that moment. He's genuinely happy to see him. And he's also very aware that the world is watching. They're going to be watching his every move, which we did. As we see the royals enter Westminster Abbey, Harry is right at the back now. He's placed himself there. He's allowed them all to go ahead of him. Now, they're all non-working royals, but he will still have the senior role and could quite rightly take the lead, but we'd see him hang right back. As we see them walk in, we see him almost do a saunter. You know, it's quite a relaxed walk. That's not how he was brought up to walk in, particularly on a formal occasion. So maybe there's some element of him making sure people know he's relaxed and he's happy to be there, and playing a bit of a role, I do think, because that probably isn't his natural walk unless he's developed it over the last couple of years. But it's definitely a more relaxed, informal walk than we would normally expect to see from Prince Harry. So we don't know what's being said, although some lip readers have suggested some comments that Harry was talking about, but we see the facial expression of. Now this is always related to the fear emotion, and under that you can get the words like anxiety, worry, concern, apprehension, hesitancy. It was quite a dramatic. So there's something there that he's talking about or thinking about that shows that he's quite nervous and quite apprehensive. As we see Prince Andrew enter the church, he's in his very formal robes, and he is very formal in his facial expression too. You know, he's making a statement with his robes. I'm here, there's no hiding. He takes the lead as they walk into the church. He's not hiding from his past indiscretions. He's very happy to take the lead. He looks very serious and very formal, so he's taking it seriously that he's there, and almost looks like he's back in the fold, even though we know that perhaps isn't truly the case, but he might feel that's the case. We see him do a very serious bow. We don't see many other people do this. In fact, I didn't notice anybody else doing this bow, but he makes a point of doing this bow. So he's taking this whole ceremony very seriously, and he wants everyone else to see how seriously he's taking it too. So Prince William at the Coronation concert, from the very start we see him on that stage. It's a very confident opening line. He's confident to wait for the cheers as he opens his first lines.
Good evening, Your Majesties. Good evening, Windsor.
You know, his timing is impeccable, and it's very confidently delivered too. So when Prince William is talking about service, particularly his father's service to the country over the last 50 years, we do see that confidence still, but we also see a slight determination and real focus as he talks about service.
My father's first words on entering Westminster Abbey yesterday were a pledge of service, because for over 50 years, in every corner of the UK, across the Commonwealth and around the world, he has dedicated himself to serve others.
You know, when we feel something strongly inside, it will often come out in our body language or our pitch, our tone of voice. And the fact he goes very serious and his tone changes just slightly, it's a very determined, very focused. He wants to get that message over.
God save the King.
So we see the Queen being crowned. She looks very happy to do so. She's also a little bit nervous. Those nerves come through. You know, as the crown is being put onto her head, we see her hand, I think it was her left hand actually, that was reaching up. She desperately wants to steady it. So that's a little bit of her nerves coming through there. But on the whole, she looked very happy and fairly relaxed. One of the things that I did notice when the Queen was crowned is that she was a lot more smiley than we saw the King. The King looked very serious and very solemn and took the whole weight of the occasion, whereas we see Queen Camilla, she looks a lot more relaxed and a lot more happy, and we see a lot more genuine smiles too. So we see her on the balcony being her own woman. Straight away she was in there telling the page boys where to go and where to stand and what to do. Quite bossy behaviour. You know, the King is straight in there with his royal wave, whereas Queen Camilla is straight in there telling the others what to do.